go, Lee. You're ready.
Ready.
I'd like to call the order to the Parks Board meeting for Monday, June 26. If you'll bow your heads. Heavenly Father, be with us tonight to help us make good decisions, lead, guide, and direct us to just do what we're supposed to do, Lord. Thank you for being with us. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge of allegiance. What about you, Miss Ritter?
Sure. Glad to. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm gonna have that put on my tombstone.
Play ball.
Let's do it.
All right. Under presentations, Hendersonville lacrosse Hendersonville lacrosse donation check. Mr. Mitchell.
Good evening. My name's Greg Mitchell with the Hendersonville Lacrosse Club, as many of you know. So about 3.5 years ago, we were given the opportunity to participate in working with the city to raise funds for lights at Memorial Park. And we knew that given the size of that project relative to the size of our club, we knew that it was going to be a challenge for us. But we knew that for us, lights at that space was very important. So we undertook the project and we presented it to our members, our parents at the time, and our club members to kind of launch a capital campaign, a small fundraising effort, just to contribute, just to have skin in the game, as Andy and I talked about, towards the effort. This was in the fall of 2019, right? And so 2020 comes around, and of course, COVID hit. And I think we had maybe one or two fundraisers, maybe at Culver's down the street there with our girls and boys. And I think the boys team only played maybe 3 games. The girls maybe played 6 or 7 that year. But that pretty much shut down everything. So we didn't do anything that year. But we still had the goal in mind. We still knew that this was something that we wanted to kind of embark upon, and we kind of nickel and dimed our fundraising efforts for the next 3 years, that we kept adding to the pot little by little. And so when we got word from Andy that the city had the revenues to proceed with the project, we were naturally thrilled. And so we still had the money that we raised, and we felt that it was only the right thing to do to still make that contribution to the city. Joining me today are several families that were actually here when we first launched the project. We have Phil and Tina Bolkar. Their daughter Erica was a 9th grader when we started. We have Jason Heath and his wife, Natasha Heath. Their boys were on the team as well. They both have graduated since we launched that effort. One graduated in 2020, and the other graduated in 2022. Jaden Heath right here. Tony Thomas. By the way, Tony and Jason are board members with us. Tony's son was also an 8th grader at the time.
Earlier, yeah, the first middle school.
Yeah, first middle school team. So he played 1 year with us, but he has since moved on to become a band kid. But the families have stayed involved with our club, very committed group of people. So we just wanted to, take this opportunity to present our contribution for this effort to the city for what our parents years ago, our players took part in, kind of sweat equity and raising a little money for the effort here. So with that, mine, this is our contribution.
Wow.
Yep.
Thank you.
And unless you kind of get worried, this check will not cash at the bank, so.
No, no.
The real one here, right?
That's awesome.
Hold it up again.
He's gonna, hey, we'll get up here and we'll get a picture of him in front of you.
Good.
Who's gonna take that picture? I'm gonna get it. I gotta hide.
No.
Hey, I'm hidden. I'm okay.
Look at my big head.
Now I got to stand up.
Come on.
Sissy.
I'm not getting in there.
Come on, boys, gentlemen, come down here. Come on.
Oh, good. There he is.
Wait, come on. Come on.
Hold on.
Hold on, we're getting there. Come on, gentlemen.
You thought you were out of it.
Yeah.
I put my hands behind my back.
That's a traditional picture taking thing.
Awesome. Keith's gotta have one for his own personal.
Like you don't want me to wait, oh, we did it. Mr. Hessen, you gotta smile.
Great job, guys.
Good job. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank y'all so much. Great job.
Great job.
Thank you.
Great job, guys. Good job.
Thank you,
Great
sir.
job, Greg.
Yes, thank you.
Nice job. Thanks, job.
Hopefully we can turn them on in about a week. Okay, next, approval of the agenda. We're going to have a change in the agenda. The Eagle Scout presentation will not be made tonight. Everything else apparently is online. I need a motion to approve it like that. Mr. Pike, second. Okay, Mr. Bennett, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Thank you. Do we have any citizens' comments, sir?
No, sir. No citizen comment this evening.
You killed me there. All right, I need if you've looked over the minutes from last thing, if I'll take a motion to approve. Mr. Pike, second, Mr. Perry. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Done. Old business, park projects. Mr. Gilly?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think I can speak for everybody. Thank to the lacrosse club. That was one of our first goals when I started in 2018, was to try to get them lights. So sometimes the wheels move slow, but we'll be able to turn them on in a week or so at Memorial Park. So that's a great thing. That was actually going to be my first update on the project list, but Trevor will speak a little bit more about this project. We've recently installed about 30,000 square feet of sod in the soccer complex at Drakes Creek Park during this summer shutdown period. The guys have been watering by hand. We've watered by irrigation. We've mowed like 17,000 times. If you went out there right now, it would look like a golf course, so it's in good shape. The rugby restrooms, that was discussed in capital projects tonight. The bids for site work on that came back a little high, but I think we've figured out ways to fund it through the lodging tax where it won't cost any general fund money, and we can hopefully after the budget reading tomorrow night get to work on signing the contract for site work and moving forward where we can get those in place hopefully sometime this fall. We have gotten construction drawings back for pickleball courts that are 50% complete. It looks like we might be able to fit 8 courts over at the senior center, which would be good. Now that doesn't have anything to do with once we put it out to bid what it's going to cost. So we'll see. But the space wise, we can eventually get 8 there. Golf cart barn at Country Hills. Hopefully material delivered to the site this week, and the building will start going up this week. So that's a great update there. They've done a great job maintaining services, and you wouldn't even know we're missing a cart barn right now. But if anybody has any questions on any other projects, I'll take them.
A question on Drakes Creek Field 4,
Drakes Creek
The
Field
turfing.
4.
the turfing of
Oh, yes.
Field 4. So that's on that.
You want to update on where we are on the timeline? The state is currently reviewing design. So as soon as they approve the design, we will get the bid book ready. Well, the bid book's already ready. We're just waiting on their go-ahead to say the design is good. I anticipate that going out to bid late July, early August. That is one field we did not install side on, in case you're driving by and you see, like, why is one field not have side?
Any more questions? Give you a second. Thank you, Mr. Gilly.
Yes, sir.
New Business Art Council Art Festival, Ms. Shepherd. Is it supposed to be Miss or Mrs.?
As Ms. Shepherd comes up here, just kind of keep in mind, the Arts Council is a city committee, actually. So this is actually a city festival that the Arts Council, full of their volunteers, will do for the city. I think tonight we're asking you all to approve the event, and we will come back with site maps and other details later on. But they're working with festival companies and working with the city staff in many ways to pull this off. It'll be hopefully a great thing for the city, but Ms. Shepherd can tell you more than I can about that. I just wanted to explain that she's really here as the chairman of the Arts Council, which is a city committee, kind of like the Parks Board is. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. That was a great introduction. I'm here on behalf of the Arts Council, and I want to just say it's a newly reformed Arts Council. You may be familiar with the council that was formed several years ago. And so we're new. Our group is new to the city. And this is our first project, and it's a big project. So we're excited about it. And as Andy said, we just really want to ask, I guess, permission or your agreement that we can use Sanders Ferry Park for an arts festival. The festival should be, it would be a 3-day event, so a Friday, Saturday, Sunday of a weekend. We would need the entire park, and we would need it for, some lead-in time to get set up beginning on Tuesday, and then clean up on Monday. So it's a significant chunk of time, but we really anticipate a lot of attendance, excitement, bringing people from outside in. We're focusing on national artists, a variety of different art forms, so from paintings to pottery to just whatever you can think of. But we'll have a kids zone area. We'll probably have like a youth art installation of some sort. As Andy said, we're really in the planning stages right now, and we're working to kind of get aligned with a festival management company to help us kind of run the thing so that we can make sure that we do everything we're supposed to do to market, set it up, et cetera. So that's kind of what we're asking. Questions about the event? What?
I do have a
Yes.
question. So you've got a management company helping you out. One big thing about that park and event of that size is parking.
Yes.
And so I saw what you've got down here where you could be or could not charge a gate for that.
Right.
But I would strongly encourage you to make sure that you've got some kind of parking plan for that because it's difficult for getting in, getting out at that location.
Yes, absolutely. We are, so we've been consulting with a festival management company for a few months now, kind of just trying to get together a foundation for a festival. And we've got an RFP currently in process. But the group that we've been working with has some experience in the park before. If you're familiar with the Highlander Festival last fall, they did that. And they tell me they parked 3,000 cars there. I was pretty amazed because it is difficult to get in and out of there. But it's really nice because it's on the lake and it's contained to some degree. So I think that's going to be no problem. We'll definitely have a plan for that.
The management company is Good Neighbor Festivals, who did Highland Games and does Tomato Art Fest. So, and they've ran 2 or 3 events now with our city. So if they are to essentially book this company to run it, that company would handle all the parking, all the logistical aspects at that point.
And they're very experienced and knowledgeable about all the things to think about and all the things to plan for. So we're kind of excited about that idea too.
Any more questions? Mr. Pike?
I guess this is for staff. How would the dates and taking that park and having this a 3-day, how would it impact Frisbee golf going on down there?
So we did discuss this. I mean, with it being May, obviously that's a pretty busy time for anyone, not only just Sonic Ferry, but our shelters in general. It is Mother's Day weekend, so I already went in and blocked it off. So I mean, it's not on our side of things. It's not available. What we've been doing disc golf. Anytime we have an event where it's like a festival like that, I'm giving them more of a heads up just so they can tell their people and their Facebook groups. It's kind of become more of an issue than we ever thought. It's funny, but like there was 1 weekend, 2 weekends ago, we had all 8 shelters booked for different birthdays and everything, and it was the same day as a Frisbee golf tournament. So it's a good problem that we're running into, but it's just communicating with Les, and then there's one other guy named Mitch, who are pretty much the 2 big ultimate Frisbee guys, or disc golf guys.
More questions? Do I hear a motion to approve? Ms. Rathert, second. Mr. Golden. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Okay, adopt and access, Mr. Harris.
As Mr. Harris comes up, let me give him an introduction also. We recently had our fishing rodeo that we have every year, and he reached out to some of our maintenance staff that was working right before I actually drove up to the park, and he approached me about what he's about to talk to you about with trying to take on Mallard Point as kind of like you've heard of the Adopt a Highway. Well, I'm not going to tell you how to vote, but I'm going to tell you this sounds like a tremendous idea, and I appreciate him bringing it to us. So take it away.
All right. Well, again, my name's Josh Harris.
Hardest I've ever heard.
Sorry. I'm a
State
teacher.
your case, sir.
We would like to adopt Mallard Point for an access point for our club to be able to come and do volunteer work and cleanup duty to gain service hours. Across the state, we have approximately 15 to 16 different access points that have been adopted by other teams that are part of the Tennessee Bass Nation High School and Youth Program. We are looking to expand into Sumner County so that we can, again, show our presence as a high school and junior team, as well as, offer some community service.
Wow, you ended that quick.
Well, I mean, I can go on for hours. I'm a teacher, so I've got no problem.
Now, I think explain to him where all the kids come from in your program and kind of how high school fishing works a little bit, if you don't mind.
That's no problem. Tennessee bass fishing is well known all across the United States, and a lot of our professional English these kids look up to actually originate from Tennessee. Ott Defoe comes to mind. His son is actually fishing within the trail that we currently participate in. What we have done is approximately 2015, 2016, the Tennessee Bass Nation High School and Youth Program was started up to give kids from age, or basically second grade, all the way through seniors in high school an opportunity to fish competitively in tournaments across the state of Tennessee. We fish approximately 8 to 12 tournaments every year. We've driven as far west as the 1,000-acre lake in Carroll County and as far east as Douglas Lake. Sometimes we get as far as Watts Bar, a few others that are kind of up near Johnson City. And what we've done is we've given these students an outlet so that they can participate in something they don't normally have access to. They may go out with dad or uncle or grandfather, but we give them something to do within high school. And as a result, they have an opportunity to earn scholarship money. Bass fishing has become the most popular sport amongst colleges in giving out scholarships. And we were trying to encourage that sport within our community because obviously Hendersonville being the city on the lake, we want to promote our natural resources. In 2018, I had some students approach me at Beach High School where I teach, and they said, hey, we want to start a fishing club. That fishing club turned into a tournament team, and this year we have 48 students from all across Sumner County that participate on just my team. Gallatin High School still has a team, and so does Portland High School. They have a team, so I can't take all the credit. But for all those other schools that used to have a team and it dissolved, or just maybe they're homeschooled, or maybe they just have a school that doesn't offer a team, I offered to take all of them. We represent roughly 10 high schools, 7 middle schools, and 3 elementary schools across Sumner County. So I've taken these kids all different places. We have a great time. Everything that we do is all volunteer work. No one has a steady income from this at all. Our captains are the ones who actually have to drive the boat and maintain the boats. They pay for gas, they pay for hotel accommodations, they pay for food. They do just like they would for a regular tournament for themselves. And as a result of their generosity, our program's expanded beyond what we ever thought it could be. Part of our program, like I said, is about taking care of your natural resources, the conservation portion, whether it be helping TWRA, restock or build habitats, or in our case, do lake cleanups. And what we want to do is within our community, specifically Mallard Point, we thought it would be best that we go out and have an area where we could put up a little sign that says, hey, Sumner County team has adopted this area, and we want to come clean up on a regular basis, whether it be once a month, once every few months, whatever it happens to be. It's something that we could work out in detail. But it's volunteer work for our kids. They have to provide 8 hours of community service by the end of the season. Our season lasts from September till May or June for some of these kids. In fact, we still have 4 teams, which are 8 students, that are going on to nationals this year. So they'll be going to Lake Hartwell in South Carolina to compete with the other schools from across the nation. So like I said, it seems like it ends at May, June, but for a lot of us, it's year-round. But what we just want to do is offer them an opportunity to say, hey, this is our home lake. This is our area that we can come maintain and basically help the city make it beautiful.
They also were very prevalent at the fishing rodeo this year, so that was really cool. Y'all came out.
Yes, we work with the Real Men of God Club here in Hendersonville. We've been with them off and on for the last few years, and they said, hey, why don't you come out and help us? And we're like, we'd love to. I mean, a lot of the kids would rather go fish, but they're like, if we have a chance to give back, that gives us some way to get our name out there, because I guarantee the majority of us in this room have probably never heard of the Sumner County Bass Team. And it breaks my heart because this year we won our own home state open. Actually, last year we won our own region championship here in Old Hickory. We were recognized as one of the best junior programs from across the state, and we've had many other accolades that doesn't get pushed to every community member. So giving some way for these kids to kind of say, hey, we're putting forth some hard effort. We want to, we'd like to say, basically, we're here. Recognize us a little bit.
Great job.
Thank you.
More questions? Yes, sir.
Thanks, man. This is, to me, it's a no-brainer, and I love the jerseys. Those are awesome. They got big boy jerseys.
3X tall.
Okay, perfect. I'd like to make a motion, we approve this.
I'll second.
I could never be a fisherman because I hadn't got that much stuff to put on his shirt.
Well, the one thing that really helps us is the way we run our team. We are a 501c3, just like any other nonprofit organization. I started a few years ago with the prompting of our parents. So we actually broke away from Beach High School with the prompting from our county athletic director. He said I shouldn't have all these kids on my team if they don't go to my school. So I said, well, that's an easy fix. We'll go independent. And as a result, our numbers doubled and tripled, and we just gave more opportunities to more kids. But what I tell the kids are like, why don't we have a bunch of these companies like Lou's Fishing or Shimano or all these big name companies across Jersey? I said, well, it's real easy. They don't give us money to run our team. So all the companies we have on here are from either family-owned companies from around our community or from our parents and other people. So we try to represent our community as best we can. I always tell them, said, when you wear a jersey, wear it with pride, because those people are helping to get you where you're at. And that's what's helped us tremendously. So yes, there's a bunch of them on the back.
We saw that. More questions? I hear a motion to approve. Mr. Perry, second. Mr. Bowler. Have a first and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? No. You did good. I still say we have the dumbest fish in America if you keep catching them and throwing them back. So, How many times you catch the same one? I mean, I'm being serious now.
Like day-to-day, back-to-back, not going to happen. but in real life, it happens about once every 1,000 casts.
Is that right? Wow.
We've had many that say, they hold it up and they're like, now, again, it's a face in a crowd. You know, is this really the same one you caught? It's a possibility. But there have been some record-keeping fish caught around the nation that they look at and say, yes, this was the record some years ago. And they compare it because somebody catches it again, and it's even bigger.
Is that right?
There was one, I think it was a smallmouth bass that was recently caught. They said it was about 16 years old, and it had been caught previously for a state record. So it's interesting.
Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all.
Coach. Go Bucks.
If my family was in the bass, they would be the largemouths, I can tell you that.
Or crappie.
Oh, yeah. For your information, special events list, disciplinary, little blurb there. Any questions? All right, not too bad. All right, staff reports, recreation, Ms. Hamlin?
Thank you. Raptors kickball has finished. We didn't have as many play kickball or show up each time as we would have hoped, so we got creative and we started having where all the parents that came got out there and played all the players that came, and the kids really loved that. I was out there playing one day and I was trying to get a parent out at first base, and I did a little bit of a, but I survived. Kids Club is at Whitten Elementary. We want to give a shout out to Mr. Mann at Whitten Elementary for letting us use his building. We go through July 14th. We are now into week 3. It is flying by, literally. The first couple of weeks, everybody knows we've had really good weather, and it was really nice and cool. We were able to get out and do more. Heat waves coming in now. We usually are on site on Mondays, go to Mary's Magical Playground on Wednesday mornings, and then head back to the movie and the gym, and then swim on Thursdays. So that's our kind of routine, pretty much. Upcoming activities will be our own July 3rd cookout. That's something we've been doing for years. We're going to bleach some shirts, make ice cream sundaes, do crafts, snow cones, visit to the bowling alley, and have pizza for lunch one day. So that's what we've got planned for the next 3 weeks. As far as the workers, the people that we hired have been great workers. A lot of them have experience because they were peer buddies in their high school or either have siblings that are special needs or whatever. They're very calming and caring. And then we had the fishing rodeo on June 9th, and that took place of our kickball game. And a lot of them brought their own fishing rods, and we provided the bait for them. And we had several of them catch some fairly big fish that night. So that's what I have to say. Any questions?
Questions? Thank you, Ms. Hamlin. Wonderful job as usual. Recreation, Mr. Fugate.
Spring softball tournament and championship start tonight and ends tonight. Summer T-ball is going well. They wrap up their league July 15th. Summer basketball tournament starts tomorrow with the championship being July 18th. Fall ball late registration has started today and ends this Friday. All leagues have spots open except 12U, adult co-ed kickball, adult co-ed softball, and men's open softball registration ends July 14th. And that is it.
Any question? Thank you, Mr. Fugate. Special events, Mr. Evans.
Yeah, I guess since the last time we were here, we had the Isaacs concert. 2,000 people came out to that. Pretty cool. We actually saw some data from a nationwide company that showed us like over 2,000 people, and 20% of the people that were at that Isaacs show were from more than 200 miles away. So kind of cool. Trying to think what all has gone on. Fishing rodeo, yes, obviously. It's cool. The Academy and the TWRA and the wildlife. There's a separate organization. It's like almost like the police for the TWRA. They donated almost $1,000 worth of stuff. So we were giving out. They were giving away like tons of stuff on that day. So it's good. Like I said, we got good partners for that event. So hopefully, it can grow a little bit. Also, the fish stayed in the water. The net stayed in the water this year. So that's why we saw a lot more fish being caught because the net stayed in. So good positive things. And I saw some of you. If I didn't say hey to you at the concert last Tuesday, obviously took my dad to Bonnaroo on Sunday. I got home at 2 a.m. and woke up at 6:30, realizing that we probably needed to scrap a concert, and Andy and I got to work on that. So how we did it, don't really know, but I mean, those 2 days are kind of a blur. So if I didn't say hi to you at the concert, I was running on fumes. But we had a good time. Maintenance helped out a lot. Just want to shout out Barry Lee on here just for letting us use that facility. So last weekend was our first World Series. We have 4 essentially back-to-back between Game 7 this weekend. We have GMB baseball. The week after that is USSSA. 200-plus teams, and the week after that is Tennessee Fast Pitch, which has 120 teams. So it's going to be a very, very busy week, a couple weeks in the park. But Freedom Fest next Tuesday, so we hope to see you at Freedom Fest. No, wait, Monday. Sorry, I'm blanking. Tuesday is actually an actual holiday I'm looking forward to. But, yeah, Monday we'll be at the park for Freedom Fest. Come by the Pig Fest tent, or you'll see us running around. So if anybody has any questions about anything, let me know. Yeah, good times.
Questions?
I just have a comment real quick.
Yes, sir.
The hometown jam was fantastic. For we all to take it from an outside venue to that in such a short time was great. So kudos to you guys for doing that in such a short time.
No question? Mr. Spike?
I just want to say kudos to what he said. From the staff, Andy, even Barry Lee letting us use that on a short notice was an awesome concert, and it was a great, y'all to pull it off was fantastic.
I mean, at one point, we had a couple of our program supervisors. We made a makeshift concession stand, and we made that plan like maybe 30 minutes before we opened the doors. So, and they sold almost $3,000 worth of food. So, Jimmy had helped out a lot, by the way. I know he's not here tonight, but Jimmy was. I mean, if he wouldn't be able to cook that food in that short time, I mean, we would have been kind of SOL. So, huge help.
No questions, comments? Thank you, Mr. Evans. Park maintenance, Mr. Cox. Cole?
Yeah, we are working right now on the Mary's restroom. We are hoping to have that up probably Wednesday or Thursday from the fire. So it's kind of taking a little bit longer than what we wanted, but kind of had to wait on ServPro on that. So the guys are working as quick as they can on getting that back open because it's staying crowded over there now. So hopefully this week. Andy kind of touched on the sod a little bit. I think we were over 32,000 square foot of sod that went down last week. So that all, it looks like it's starting to take nice. We're in the process of getting the height down of the grass to where whenever this new reel mower comes in that we can start using it and not make a big mess. So that's it's a process in itself that none of us have gone through. So it's a learning experience right now. Just want to give a thanks to Public Works. If you've been on the Greenway lately, you've noticed part of it ripped up. They're doing some improvements on that are much needed. So thanks to them. Last week, we were able to turn in a bid last minute kind of for 12 and 13 bathrooms to get AC. It's been on our list for a couple years now, and I know Darrell will be happy because he's been talking about it for at least 3 years to get that done. And then the storm damage, the backstops were put up on field 6 and 9. So that was 2 big projects from the storm damage that got finished. So that's about it right now for maintenance.
Questions? Comments? Thank you, Mr. Cole. Assistant Director, Mr. Long.
Thank you. I'm going to start off by congratulating our Civitan flag football program. They were selected as the team from the state of Tennessee to represent the Titans at the upcoming NFL flag tournament. So we have one of 32 teams in the country. We'll be going to D.C. and we'll be featured on ESPN for that tournament. So we wish them luck next month for that. All other programs are currently taking registrations for the upcoming fall seasons. They'll begin practicing early part of August. Civitan has started their community conditioning program. That's a free program to all leagues and kids in the community. That started tonight, and that'll be for the next 2 weeks. They'll be out at the rugby complex. And then starting in 2 weeks, the Civitan's tackle program will begin their practice for the upcoming fall season. And then as mentioned before about the all the sod program or project that's going on, Drakes Creek Soccer Complex remains closed until July 24th, and Volunteer Park will remain closed until August 14th, so we can get as much growth as possible with those fields. And then Memorial Park Field just opened back up today after the light install project. Lights aren't up yet, or aren't working yet, but the field is back open. So, and that's all I've got for tonight.
Thank you. Questions? Comments? Assistant Director, Mr. Bruce.
Thank you, Mr. Hessen. Tennis lessons are going good. They've been going on for about 3 weeks now. That's morning and afternoon sessions, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Senior men, still ongoing. Got a few days to make up. They will be playing tonight, the 65 and overs, if you want to go watch. They start at 6:30. Civitan Open games and all-star practices are still going on at the baseball end. The Rhythm, the minor league baseball, not minor league, but the college baseball team is going well. They're getting better. I think they won every game last week. Adult baseball is still going on, Field 3. As they mentioned earlier, the Game 7 tournament, we weren't able to host all of it because of lack of field space, but that tournament had 103 teams in it this past weekend. So a whole lot of baseball was played at Drakes Creek and Veterans Park Thursday through Sunday. You know, they lucked up with the rain on Sunday, so they had a good weekend. Mentioned earlier, the GMB is this weekend. Lipscomb tournament is on Field 3, and then also Civitan got selected to host the Cal Ripken State Tournament. That's a 6U and the 9U division. So that's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, along with the GMB. So it's another full weekend of baseball tournaments at Drakes Creek.
Wow.
And also, I knew y'all were wondering about the twirling competition from last Parks Board, and we met with Miss Holland, and we have selected 4 dates in July, so you can go once a week. So if you are interested, call me, and I'll be glad to set you up with that, and you can start twirling on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Comments? Questions? Parks Director, Mr. Gilly.
Thank you, sir. I've signed up already. Twirling. Kind of follow up with what Wade said and some of y'all said. Thank you to our entire staff and many people in the community who helped us keep the hometown jam from becoming a boondoggle or a trifecta or whatever word you want to call it. It was an unbelievable day, 20-hour period. That's all I can say. From the time we looked at each other in our office and said, we got to go inside, to driving down to News 2 and making 45 phone calls in 20 minutes. So Wade and all the folks at Live Love Nashville did a great job. Game 7 World Series, like Keith said, that was a lot of baseball in a short period of time. We had several Hendersonville teams that actually won their division, from the Frameworks to Hendersonville Rangers to other Hendersonville groups that actually won their division, which is kind of a big deal. So that's good. Update you all on grants. We have turned in both the inclusive playground grant with the state. That application has been turned in, and another grant application with Kaboom has been turned in. So we'll wait till hopefully September to hear something. If you ever want a job as a grant writer on the side, I'll be glad to hire you to do 37 pages anytime you want. The staff is amazing. The things that, from what Ms. Hamlin talked about to Ori with our city-run leagues, to all the things that Wade and Trevor and Dallas and Keith and the ladies in the office and all the maintenance guys, they have done a tremendous job all summer under sometimes unusual circumstances, but they've handled everything so well, and I'm just grateful to have them. I do want to show this 1986 Conway Twitty softball program. I don't know if you can get that on the TV or not, hopefully, that Mr. Perry gave us. We talk about Conway a lot, but you can see On this, it says, sponsored by Conway Twitty, the Worth Sports Company, Hendersonville Parks Board, and the Chamber of Commerce from back in May of 1986. And if you look real close, it looks like a familiar left-handed swing here on the bottom of the page right there. No, it looks like a man with a mustache. But these kind of things are cool to have just randomly pop into our office, something from over, gosh, almost 40 years ago now. So, man, good stuff. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gilliam. Questions, comments? Round table, Mr. Bowler.
Yes, sir. First of all, I want to apologize for missing the shirt color memo tonight.
Same.
I was trying to figure out what I want to say because tonight felt a little bit different. You know, the maintenance staff and the coordinators and the directors, right? You guys kill it every day, every week, every month in the, you know, the somewhat unusual circumstances that can pop up. But the parks give back to the community, right? It enriches us. Tonight, the community gave back, and that was such a good feeling. I didn't want to leave without saying that out loud.
Thank you, Mr. Spike. Really? You don't have anything to say?
Write that down.
Hey, there is a first. Mr. Perry?
What he said.
Mr. Golden?
To just say, I thank you to the staff and the team. I mean, you look at this schedule, it's just one right after the other. And so just if it's said every time, it's said one more time, thank you for all the work you do.
Selman? Mr. Bennett?
Good.
Whoa, good enough. Ms. Rather?
I'm good. I didn't get the memo either, but I'm good.
I would just,
That's right. Lee and I match. That's right.
this could potentially be under the heading of sucking up, I guess, but I want to thank Mr. Peterson. Since he's come on, he has made valid points and he's asked valid questions, and it's made me think. And I think that's our job up here, is to think about this, maybe new ideas, maybe new things. So I just wanted to thank you for being on the board and appreciate what you do. All right, let's see, do I have anything to maybe adjourn? Mr. Pike, second. Mr. Bowler, all in favor, say aye. Aye. We're out of here.